to the game at level 1, but I could be wrong at that. It's really a good thing to throw with a Chronos simply because of the cask stun with those auto attacks he can provide. It can really just bring him into the death range. Would have preferred to see Chronos pick up the kill, especially for the farm, but hey, I mean, the first kill for the Hellborn will go to Voodoo Jester. I'd be pretty proud with that.
Yep, a kill's a kill. Unfortunately, it didn't go down for Kronos there, but he has been getting decent farm. He's sitting at 23 and 11. We do have another pause, unfortunately, but yeah, Kronos is 24 and 11 now, and the top farmer is actually Forsaken Archer in the bottom lane, just completely basically getting free farm. With Behemoth there to support, there's not much Revi can do on this chipper, unfortunately. Forsaken Archer with those skeletons, so powerful early game. 21 and 9, sitting at 367 gold. So that's what they would need to do, basically, is get the Forsaken Archer farmed. More so, though, the Sandwraith, though, as you're mentioning, only sitting at 6 and 0 at 124 gold per minute. So despite having that Witch Slayer, they're not actually able to get a lot of farm here in this top lane.
Well, 6 and 0, I mean, that's 6 more than 0, I suppose, but at the same time, he doesn't quite have the lowest gold per minute, but you can see that this Witch Slayer, 1 and 1, he is actively trying to at least help this Sandwraith, you know, grab those last kills, but this wretched hag, who knows, yeah, fine. 7 denies to his name. He's really trying to keep them down. As we said, if you starve this Sandwraith, it's going to be a 4v5 pretty much the entire game, whereas if you can feed him, it's going to be really a powerhouse force to contend with. Now, at the same time, we have seen Magmus kind of just jumping around the forest here, as he has been doing some pulling. He does have wards, although I fail to see any that he's put down, but he does have wards on him, probably for some replenishment coming down the line. They're just trying to really put pressure here on this top lane by Ice, keep them away from the creeps, zone them out of the experience, not even give them the chance at farming, which is a really big, important strategy that WAHL needs to keep in place simply because of this Sandwraith again. Now, you were mentioning that Sandwraith with a Nullfire Blade is your preferred Sandwraith?
Most definitely, yes.
I just found out that Support Slayer, the guy on Sandwraith, is actually Brized.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, no
Okay,
surprise.
Brized, by the way, we just found out, thank you for the tip, Snoopy, is actually on this Sandwraith. So, Support Slayer, Mind Support Slayer is actually equal to Brized. So we are waiting for Jaw here to come back. Yeah, Nullfire is just a great item all around. It propagates to his illusions. It does a lot of DPS. It's basically does more DPS while they have mana than a Savage Mace does, and it propagates to illusions as well. So it's just a great all-around item for Sandwraith, and I just prefer it if you can't get that early mock, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to with his 6-0 creep score. It's just a much better item in the late game as well.
Well, S2 has been kind of on a little bit of a nerfing rampage with these items. They've really limited what can and cannot transfer across to those images simply because of the whole agility ranged mentality that we see a lot of people going with. Like, the Forsaken Archer is kind of more of a semi-carry, but look at Flint Beastwood, carry, ranged, and he propagates all that stuff to illusions. So I'm a little surprised that Nullfire hasn't been up on the chop block, but I wouldn't be too surprised if down the line they start really limiting again what happens. So that's kind of why I prefer going the mock. It's a nice safe way to go, and at the same time it's really going to help out your farming, and it goes with good synergy with the Dissipate as well. So that's just my preference to see on the Sandwraith.
Yep, no worries. I guess we can have different opinions. And Jaw is back and ready to go, it looks like, so we should be getting this game on the roll. We never actually went over the lineups, so we do have Brized, support Slayer, sorry. My elite speak is rusty. Brized playing that, we're just going to call him Brized because it's easier, on that Sandwraith. Nako playing Witch Slayer, Jaw on that Thunderbringer, Get Your Hair Did on that Behemoth, and Ixu on Forsaken Archer. On the Hellborn team, we have Nose on Wretched Hag. Actually, they're trying to set something up in the middle here, or excuse me, the top and the middle. Jaw going down in the top lane, as well as Mr. Pink is just gonna steam bath. It looks like he's very, very low. He still might be in trouble here, but Wretched Hag is here as well to save him. Sandwraith, yeah, I was about to say, gotta be careful. There comes the scream, and it's gonna be 2 kills. Excuse me, at the top. Nope, maybe not. Did I miss?
Nope,
Which
2
side
kills.
is that?
They both died. They went down. Good, strong support here from Nose playing that with that Wretched Hag. But at the same time, the Steam Baths really did save Magnus's life. We did not have enough mana there on the Sandwraith to come through with that dagger of his, the Desert's Curse, and instead he just kind of started wandering around inside the Steam Bath. Now, of course, having the outside perspective from the Hag, that led to Magnus just juking out that Sandwraith and him ultimately going down. So I'm not too sure what he was trying to do there, but I suppose he thought he had mana and then finally went up there and was like, oh, I don't have mana, and died. So not very good, as you said. I mean, we're keeping out this Sandwraith and now even keeping out the Witch Slayer. Witch Slayer actually is higher level now than Sandwraith, which is kind of funny, but yep, they're doing a good job from the top here on Team WAHL for keeping these guys down.
Yeah, for sure. And just to finish off, we have Dowers playing Voodoo Jester, Trilly on Kronos there, Revi playing Chipper, and Mr. Pink on Magnus. Kudos to Team WAHL for having easily pronounced names.
Yep, makes our life a lot easier, for sure. Have you seen any of the Nordic Clan League games? They have some interesting pronunciations that unfortunately my Canadian genes just will refuse to say. So kudos, sir, kudos.
Yeah, I cannot imagine it. Kudos actually to this Get Your Hair Done on Behemoth in the top. He did steal that Invis rune away from Wretched Hag. I know that was like a minute ago, but I forgot to mention it, and now Hag has an empty bottle, so that's always a good thing to deny. And just kind of grabbing that rune is going to help out. And you're going to try something up. It looks like Behemoth chilling in the top, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to do, since obviously Wretched Hag can just blink away.
Well, at the same time, I do think that this has been a cry from help, or cry of help from that Sandwraith on, Breezed. I'm never gonna get his name right, but at this point, Brized. I'm not gonna get it right. Just yeah, people will flame. I'll live. But he has, as I said, he's not getting the farm. He's up to 12 creep kills. He's doubled ever since we last saw him. But now he's running in a tri-lane. He does have the predicted, support that he needed, the Witch Slayer and the Behemoth. And I don't really know how well this is going to work because this is not coming straight out of the gates. We now have a level 7 Wretched Hag up here who can just really demolish any of these guys at will. So I don't know if this is going to be the best call ever to bring this Behemoth back up here.
Yeah, in the middle, Jaw's gonna go down again, not having a fun time at all against Kronos, and his babysit at the top lane as well. We have Sandwraith going down, so Team Ice not looking too good here. Witch Slayer is gonna get comboed down. Nice TP in from Revi, is gonna get that nice ultimate as well. 3 heroes down for Team WAHL here. It's 7-1. 8 minutes into the game, and I hope you can still see this because we had some reports of a black screen, Snoopy.
Well,
so you know.
yeah, well, live streams issues aside, the game must go on, so to speak. We are just about to hit the 9-minute mark. 7 kills being earmarked here for Team Wahlin and the Hellborn. I mean, that's almost a kill a minute at this stage, and 2 of those kills have landed, especially on these solo lanes. I mean, like, in the mid, we'd have Jaw going down twice, I believe. 3 times even. Wow, he died an extra time before I even caught that. But we also have, this Sandwraith also going down twice, and his support going down twice as well. The only people that have not been killed are this bottom lane, and that's the Behemoth, and that's also Ixu here on the Forsaken Archer. Now, is it just a lack of non-pressure, or is it going to be just a lack of paying attention to them and trying to keep down the more deadlier carry? Who knows? But right now, 7-1, Wahlin is enjoying a nice, strong lead this early game.
Yeah, for sure. But in the meantime, Ixu did take out that bottom tower, solo pushing it against that Kronos who did TP in, so that's going to help her farm as well. It's going to help the entire team's farm. She has, let me see, she's picked up a couple of duck boots along with her steam boots as well. And Sandwraith almost getting caught. The acid cocktail is going to come out. Wretched Hag is going to blink in, and a nice voodoo ultimate is going to drop him very fast. I thought he was going to be okay there with that the sand to get out, but there were just too many. Magnus didn't even need to help, and very nice voodoo ward drop there by Dowers is going to be able to take him out. So like we were saying, the Sandwraith is not getting the farm he needs obviously in the early game, and he's just going to have to maybe swap with Forsaken Archer in this bottom lane to try and get something going. I can't see how going top is going to benefit at all. In the meantime, Behemoth goes down in the middle lane as well to a nice chipper ultimate from Revy.
He was complemented nicely there with the Kronos ultimate with the big bubble, and that kind of goes more towards the synergies of this team. Kronos can just jump right in there, throw up that bubble, and now it's perfect aim for those skill shots. You know, those rocket barrages from Chipper, and I'm just trying to think of anyone else.
You call it bubble too.
Yeah, well, is it not a bubble? It looks like a bubble. Dome?
I get made fun of for calling that a bubble, so I just needed to point that out. In the top, Sandwraith is going to get caught by Wretched Hag again. Can't see why Sandwraith keeps walking up here, honestly, but this time his team is here to support him. It looks like Ja is coming in, and so is Nako on that Witch Slayer. The entire team is here, actually. They're going to try and maybe get a pick off here, but it looks like there's 4 from Team WAHL. The only person not to join the party is Kronos, and it looks like he's just strolling around back to base. So can't really decide what they want to do here. It looks like the creep wave's pushing out a little too far, and Behemoth might get caught here. He's a little out of position, but no, lucky for him, the Hellborn go the other way and are chasing Forsaken Archer. Voodoo Jester with those Striders, not going to catch up though, and it looks like nothing is going to come from that entire ordeal.
Well, part of the reason to blame for that is as soon as all the TP stones and all the running up here to this top lane, we do have a ward of sight here by Dowers in this top lane, almost just right outside range of that tower. So the Hellborn had big alarm bells going off when they saw that all the entire team, because we did have all 5 of the Legion up top. I mean, as soon as they saw that, they all backed off, which ultimately just wasted the actions here of the Legion team. Now, of course, both other lanes, the middle and the bottom, were just left to free farm with no one there at all, as we do see Wretched Hag coming in for a kill on that Sandwraith. So I guess he's flowing tears of sand at this point because he's dead 4 times. But this ward of sight just showing, you know, when we can't see that lane, we can still see you. It's a big advantage right now. It should really try to get counter warded. Of course, they don't know it's there. That's why it's a ward. But it's just furthering the lead here of the Hellborn at this point.
Yeah, for sure, and at the same time, Kronos is in the bottom lane free farming, so that's not a good thing for if you're the Legion team, obviously. Sandwraith dying and Kronos free farming is not usually a good combination. Forsaken Archer has now finished a Firebrand, very early Firebrand to go along with her Steam Boots as well. Let me see, Behemoth has picked up his Striders. Ja has not been having the greatest game of his life and has picked up his Red Boots, so that's not bad, I suppose. Red Boots pick up on Witch Slayer as well. And Sandwraith is pretty much sitting in the same boat, only picking up a mana battery as Iron Shield. Punch Dagger. Fisher coming out onto Wretched Hag in the top lane. Nice nukes coming out as well, but here comes the support from Team WAHL, and they are not going to get anything from this, it looks like. Witch Slayer's going to go down, and Magnus is going to survive. So is Wretched Hag. Now things are turning around. Behemoth is in a very bad position, and it's going to be a 3-for-1 with a hat trick coming out for Kronos. So that did not go the way Team Ice had saw that in their heads.
Well, for that fight, I mean, they opened up a lot of damage onto that Wretched Hag. They really wanted to kill her by chain disables before she could blink away, and I think that kind of just let them have an open door here for Team WAHL to just rush right in with all those cooldowns ticking away. That was a lot of damage, and we saw the chrono field here for all of you people, coming out there from the Kronos, and that just led him to grab that double kill and then the triple eventually from the Behemoth, thanks to the Wretched Hag sacrifice of keeping the Behemoth right there. It was a 4-for-1 actually from all that damage going down, but you know, comboing upon that Hag as the opening move probably wasn't the best idea.